When Season 2 launched, several characters got some sizable buffs, but on the other hand, there were a lot of heroes who got hit by some nerfs to help bring them down in line with the rest of the class. I asked in a post here on my channel yesterday which character got nerfed maybe too hard, maybe to the point of being like a throw pick now. And the results of that poll were overwhelmingly in unison, saying that Doctor Strange is a dead hero at this point. Many people were weighing in down in the comments saying that they were Doctor Strange mains before the nerf, and now they feel completely useless when they pick him. So in today's video, we're going to take just a quick look at Doctor Strange after the nerfs to see if people are being dramatic or if he truly was nerfed too hard to the point of obscurity. And we'll get into the nitty gritty of it. We'll see, like, do the math. Okay, what actually changed? It's one thing to look at a nerf on paper, it's another one to look at it in action. How does it affect the combos that we're used to doing? How does it affect our overall damage output and damage thresholds? That's what we're going to talk about. In the background, you'll see some footage on Doctor Strange. All of it is after the nerf. Don't mind the standard KO notification. I actually had almost no time on Doctor Strange on my main account before just last week. But I have played a fair amount of Strange on my other account, which I have shown on the channel here before too, so you know I'm not lying. But either way, I have 5 Lord tanks on my main account, so I'm pretty used to tanking. I know what makes a frontline hero good or bad, so let's get into it. Doctor Strange got 3 nerfs this season. We'll talk about each and every one of those. The first nerf was to the damage of his primary attack, taking it from 18 damage per projectile down to 16 damage per projectile. Now you shoot 5 projectiles with your primary fire on Doctor Strange, so that's a total loss of 10 damage per shot, going from 90 damage per shot to 80 damage per shot. That's if you're landing all of them, right? So right off the bat, you might be able to notice that Doctor Strange can no longer kill a 250 HP enemy in 3 shots. Okay, used to be possible. If you were really good with his primary fire, you could dial in the projectile speed, land the full cluster. You used to be able to take out a healer, for example, in 3 shots. Boom, 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 they're dead. Now you have to go in for a 4th shot, even if you have perfect accuracy, which is, that considerably lengthens your TTK now. Okay, so this kind of sucks because one of the core traits with Strange is that he was always great at sort of taking out pocket healers, ones that kind of hug the front line. That's like a core strength of Doctor Strange. A lot of Strange mains know this. He's great at standing on the front line, doing damage to enemy tanks to charge up his Maelstrom of Madness, and then taking a few steps forward and extending past the enemy front line to prime a healer, pop the Maelstrom, get the kill, and then go back to frontlining. But if your primary fire is doing less damage now, then ultimately that means you're getting fewer kills. There's no other way around it, right? And one thing that sucks is this nerf actually killed one of Strange's core combos. So it used to be, if you were at 100 charge on your Maelstrom, you were landing lots of primary shots, and you charged it all the way up to 100, you could, step forward, you could go primary fire, melee cancel the animation for a quick hit with your whip, and then unleash the Maelstrom of Madness, and it would outright kill any 250 HP enemy. That's unfortunately no longer the case, as you can see here.
Out, dark magic!
Let's move on to the second of the 3 nerfs, since we're talking about getting fewer kills, because I want to show you just how often that's true. The second nerf was that they reduced Strange's damage with the Maelstrom, your E ability on PC, where you expel the energy stored up in your body, right, turning yourself into a walking bomb. They nerfed the damage of it. This used to do 1.4 damage per charge. A maximum charge would then be 140 damage, okay? It now does 1.2 damage per charge, which is 120 at max charge. If you know Doctor Strange, you're doing the math and you know why this sucks. But if you don't play Strange, let me explain it to you. This has really affected him in 2 ways. First is the obvious ways. A lot of times you're leaving enemies with a sliver of health and they're able to get away, and you won't have a kill to show for it. So check this out. If you're doubting how often this could possibly happen realistically, okay, you hear Strange mains complaining. How often are you actually not getting kills that you would have gotten? Let me show you. This here is me using the Maelstrom to try to finish off an enemy 3 times in a row and leaving them with just a tiny sliver of health. All 3 of these would have been kills a couple weeks ago, But I want you to look at the timestamp. Look at the timestamp on the Iron Fist, 4:34 on the clock, and I leave him with no visible health on his health bar, yet he walks away. Then we have the Penny, just 1 minute later on the clock, okay? Barely anything on that health bar. She gets to get out of the Maelstrom and back to her healers, and she lives. That would have been a kill 2 weeks ago. Then we have Star-Lord here. Check the timestamp, 3:04 on the clock, and he gets away with barely any on the health bar too. That's 3 times in just 1 minute and a half. 1.5 minutes, 3 kills I no longer get to have. I don't get that kill. Would have been a kill 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, whatever. I don't know. I stopped counting on time. If an average match is around 10 minutes long, that's roughly 20. This is kind of crazy to think about, isn't it? If an average match is around 10 minutes long and I'm missing out on 3 KOs every 1.5 minutes, so that's like 10 KOs I would have otherwise had pre-nerf, but now that's 10 KOs I'm missing out on. Now, I understand mileage may vary. Not everybody plays at the same level. That I was playing particularly well that match, so I'm not saying specifically that every match you play you're going to get 10 KOs fewer, but it's kind of crazy to think about given the context. But setting that discussion aside for now, here's the kicker. Maelstrom does double damage to enemies affected by your Eye of Agamotto ultimate. I feel like that's a commonly unknown fact about Doctor Strange. I feel like a lot of people don't know that. His Maelstrom explosion does double damage to anybody affected by your Eye of Agamotto ultimate. So it used to be common practice, right? To charge your Maelstrom up, you'd get it to 100 charge, you'd pop your ultimate, and then you would detonate it to do 280 damage, immediately killing any 250 HP enemy around you, regardless of if they're being healed or not, because you do it all in one chunk, so healing doesn't matter, right? But now that Maelstrom got its damage nerfed, double is only 240 damage, meaning no guaranteed kill. In fact, if there is any amount of healing going on in the area of your ultimate, chances are pretty good, 250 HP enemies are actually going to get away now, and that really sucks. The problem with these nerfs is that it singled out these specific strategies and combos that Strange mains have come to rely on, and it made them irrelevant. That's why Strange mains are acting like this is Armageddon for their beloved character. While other character nerfs moved the needles a little bit, they didn't outright invalidate the muscle memory and the combos that players of those characters relied on. Strange, however, is a different story. But there's a third nerf that I mentioned. This one is a little more of an indirect nerf, okay? But they removed the Hulk team up for Doctor Strange, meaning he no longer gets the benefits of the gamma-charged explosion. There's a new Wanda team up with him now that's pretty cool, I will admit, but the nerfs to Wanda's mobility hit pretty hard too, meaning fewer people are picking Scarlet Witch and fewer people are picking Doctor Strange right now. So since both characters got nerfed, you're not seeing that team up used nearly as often as, say, the Namor Green Squids or the Psylocke and Magneto duplicates with Emma Frost. And so there you have it. Those are the nerfs to Doctor Strange's kit and what they actually mean in real combat. I still enjoy playing him, don't get me wrong, and you can still pop off with Doctor Strange. He's incredible at making space for your team. He blocks ultimates, he creates portals for helpful and sometimes nefarious purposes. His ult is still strong when used as a combo ult with people like maybe Moon Knight or Storm, but ultimately these nerfs do in fact hit him pretty hard. They mean fewer kills overall for your beloved Vax'ildan. Sound off in the comments section if you understand that critical reference. And his usage in the competitive environment has dropped off significantly, further showing the influence that these nerfs have had. But let me know if you think these nerfs were warranted, were they needed, or if you think they should be sort of reined back in. I'm always interested in hearing what you have to say. Thank you so much for watching the video today. If you enjoyed the discussion, would you let me know by leaving a like on the video, as that is the best free way to support the content right here on YouTube. And if you've been enjoying my guides and my Rivals videos, always feel free to subscribe to the channel. That's a great way to support the channel. We have like over 20,000 new subscribers to the channel since I started covering this game, which is actually pretty freaking cool. And I really do appreciate it. So if you want to, go ahead and tap that subscribe button, but do it gently. Other YouTubers keep telling you year after year after you just slap that subscribe button, hit that subscribe. Be gentle. It's been through so much. Just be kind to it. Give it a nice little tap. I'd appreciate it. Anyways, be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.